Hello, today we're gonna be doing retopology. I know it's gonna be a bit hard, but stay strong and keep going. I'm gonna try to make it as simple and easy as possible, but it's still probably gonna be a bit complicated. The retopology is like doing a puzzles. So yeah, having a retopology reference is useful as well. I start by creating any object, going into edit mode and deleting it. Now you have to do a small setup for starting retopology. First we have to activate the tool. Just let me turn on the screen keys so you can see as well. Are they set up? Yeah. Okay. So for the magnet tool, you would have to use space. Don't mind anything else, we don't really need it now. And in the modifiers, we're gonna be using the mirror and go into the vertice mode, and we can start setting up our vertices. So how I get them to show up is hold Ctrl and press right mouse click and it creates the vertice. Then you can just with the E shortcut extrude another one. So while retopologing the face, you have to have circle shapes around the eye. Don't worry about how much you have right now. We're gonna go over that a bit later. We create one around the eye. Then we will create one from the jaw. And go around the head. Probably should turn on this one on mirror so you can see. And as well as I'm gonna turn on clipping so they stays in the center. Now we have this simple setup. Next one is the lips. Yeah, we probably should have a lot of circles around the mouth. All right. Now, there is a fast way to close all these circles. Let me hide the face. First one, you select the ones from the center. You have to have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you press F to fill in the faces. Then you only have to select these two, which ends on the face, and press F. And you can just keep pressing F and it's gonna be closing the loop. Alright. Another tip is if you want to extrude from this one and press E, nothing's gonna happen, you can only have it on the middle. But if you press on it and hold Ctrl and right click again, you can get one going as a new one. This way you won't be messing up. Alright, and then I choose 4 again, press F, press 2 of these and keep pressing F. Quick, easy way filling up. Another thing, we have to make a loop going from the nose. From this part, and have it going around the mouth. Good thing is having all the vertices quite similar distance from each other. All right. Now another thing, you should have this one quite straight. And then from this one, we can start closing in. I see that I need one more because the distance is too far. It's just that if I don't have these ones, you see how much different the size is for this one and this one. So I just add one in the middle to be a bit better and look like they are the same length. I know people want very, very low vertice, but I like going a bit higher. It's harder to control, but it replicates the shape better. Okay. I didn't close this one. All right, so we have something like this. Another thing, another round we should have is around this part of the nose. Just keep an eye on these outer faces, how many vertices they are, and you can add one or take one away accordingly on how you think it would be the best. And it is like a puzzle. You have to try a few things, see which works, which one doesn't, and just keep working accordingly. So good topology is not just mean that having a nice flows of the edges, the loops. Okay, I have nice loops in here, you can see, but it as well as your vertices have to replicate the shape of the jaw. Not just jaw, everything in general. So as an example, if I'm trying to retopology this air, if I put vertices at the edge, it's fine. But let's say I'm retopologing this way, where I I don't do around the shape. And just make... I still did it way too correct. If let's say I do this way where I don't follow the edge, if I hide the air, you will see that the shape is definitely doesn't replicate what air is. And now if I unhide, you can see that a lot of verticals are not replicating how the shape is actually is. So having that edge follow the shape helps you have less vertices and have the shape as well. Okay, so another thing is we have to have a loop around the air. Don't mind anything else, just do the loop around the air. Okay, connect it in the wrong place. They should connect in here. And we started with the eye, but we didn't do a lot of work on it. I see that I'm cutting off too much and it's gonna cut into the eye, my topology. That's why I'm adding a bit more. Another thing I like is having vertices be an even number, so it's 2, 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and so on. That way when I finish the loops, I can close them up without creating a triangle, which I'm gonna show very soon. So yeah, it's basically just following the shapes. So if you're actually gonna animate face, having a lot of loops around eyes and mouth is the most important. Other parts can have a bit less loops. How many I adding now? It wouldn't be enough. You would have to add more like this. But I'm not gonna do it because I'm not really gonna animate. Because the eyes are very expressive. And you want that a lot of expressions. And them not making too much random topology deformations. Alright, I'm gonna add one more loop, which is a bit stretching because it's way too out. Fastly closing them up. And we already have a base. So if you see these darker parts, that means the face is facing a different direction. So I'm gonna press Shift and N and it should fix. Okay, let's go. So now it's kind of just figure out the puzzle because we have the main loops and this is like more how you want it to be. And it's literally, I'm just looking around and thinking how it would work. I can even delete this for now, just so I can see what's going on. I see maybe I added here too little, so I'm gonna add more. More. And closing them. So yeah, it's pretty slow process, especially when you're finishing those loops. And figuring out how to close them is not the most fun thing to do, but it has to be done if you want to texture it. So again, I'm looking at how separated they are. The distance should be similar. And it's really, I'm just trying to fit in the pieces. Fit in the pieces. Some of the places might definitely be very hard to figure out. I like doing another loop around the nose, so we get that nice nostril shape. I'm seeing I have 8, so that's nice. Maybe I should follow it. If you can't see what's going on, you can use a shrink wrap, press on your face and have a small offset. On a surface, or even outside the surface, and you can see your face, but you can't really see the vertices this way. You can try and see what everything does. I really don't like using shrink wrap, and just try following the vertices with my eyes. Okay, that's where like annoying part of retopology comes, is figuring this out, like how to connect everything at the end. So we start fast and strong, and then we slow down. And it is like, even you can see I'm working on one place, another place. Because it is pretty hard just to go over and finish one place, work on another place. because you're figuring it out how the shape should be. All right. So by doing a lot of retopology, you'll learn few techniques and few things, and that what makes it easier. So at the first, maybe following this will be pretty difficult. And even to me, when I did quite a lot of retopology, it still is pretty hard to always know what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm almost finishing the nose. And it's like the more times you're gonna spend on your nose, the better it's gonna be. Okay, so now I come into the problem where I have 5 vertices and I cannot make the face with 5 vertices. Making one triangle is definitely fine. Nothing wrong about that. But if you want, you don't really have to. You can try figuring out how to remove or add one. Adding one is pretty easy. Removing one is sometimes it's better. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try removing one and see where it's gonna go. So by doing one action, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. That's why it's a puzzle. I have to have this. And we come into place where I still add. Which is fine. That's why even having these loops shouldn't like make you not being able to change anything. I deleted it, but I'm gonna add it soon enough on again. It just was not helping me to figure out the nose. All right. Another thing is connecting the lips. First, I'm gonna see how many they have. 10. 10 is actually not a lot, so I can add one more. Wait, it's gonna be 11, which is problem. I would have to add 2. Then I see how many there's at the bottom lip. It's 5 and 6 at the top. Yeah, I can add one on both. And when you adding a new one, then there's a lot of tweaking with the previous ones, because now you have more space, more place. and you have to fix. All right, so the chin looks much more relaxed. Now I'm gonna add one more here. By adding, you hold Ctrl and press R if you didn't catch it already. I'm going to connect these. Okay, is there any problems here? Nope. So I extrude one, connect, extrude another one, connect both. I see that there's a darker face. I'm gonna select everything and press Shift N. It really is. I'm trying to do it and I hit the problem. I'm trying to figure out the problem that I'm doing again, hitting the problem, deleting. I don't like how it is. And it's like moving slowly, figuring it out. It is hard process. All right, now this is complicated. I can fix easily by adding one loop, but it actually breaks. I could do this way and just make this as a face, but it's gonna be a problematic face. And you see, like, this part is bending inward, the face, and when it's not that triangle anymore, even with 4 dots, the light will look weird. That's why you have to drag it out so it looks normal, and you have to check all the parts are normal. There's no two triangle shape, so if I drag this too much, it's not a triangle. Let me just maybe overdraw it very quickly. Never do the face which has this inward. This part of the face will be a problem. The vertex of this place should be pushed out. And I check that these ones are as well. Have 4 nice corners and none of them are pushed in. All right. So we figure it out. Looking at the reference, we probably could have done a bit better. That's why reference is important as well. But for texturing, it's definitely gonna be working just fine. Having those places where you can close fast is very, very fun. But they usually don't come around too often. All right. So never like look too far into. I see here's the problem because I have too many on this place and not so many on here, but just don't think about it now. Just try to figure out the puzzle on board and not what's gonna happen in the further future. So usually the face cheeks doesn't have too much details, so having them this much separated is fine because there's no complicity of the mesh in those places. This one is definitely too far, that's why I'm making the new one. And connecting. And yeah, the more you do, the better it's gonna be, but follow the reference of the topology. And you'll become much better. You can try using different math caps. I see that my faces are inverted and I don't know why. So I'm just gonna flip them. Lips are usually very hard to finish. When they are close, it's fine, but if you want to have inside the mouth, it's going to be very frustrating and hard. I do few on the side, then do the middle one from the corner to see how the lip will have to follow it. Just remember, if you're doing inside the mouth, you would do not this way. You would try to keep everything as a loop. This follows, this follows, this follows, this follows. I'm gonna go a bit further and show you what I mean by that. So yeah, it looks like I'm rushing with the lips, but it's actually very hard because when it comes to close, where the lips are opening. So we have one circle in here, another one in here, another one just not finished in here. And you would have to have another circle in here, in there, and inside the mouth. And it always have to be following that circle. That's why it's very hard. And by having your mouse just being closed, you definitely have it way easier because I will just connect these parts and I don't have to worry about the inside of the mouth. And this way it is way easier for me to close it up and finish. It does look bad now, but like if you want to see how it actually might look in the end. If you want to subdivide it, you can add a subdivision and turn on the shrink wrap. And this is gonna be actually how your face is gonna look like. And you see that there's not actually any problem. So what is the problem? It's hard to show now because I learned myself not to do mistakes. But when you have 5 edges connecting, it's a pole, and poles are usually not too great to have, but you can't really work without having 0 of them. Having like 3, 4, 5, it's fine on a face, but some of the poles can create you problems. Let's say maybe I will have this one way too far in. You will see that the shading looks very weird on this place. And you're, even from the far, you're like, what the heck is wrong with this part? You can clearly see it. That's why poles usually not the best, but having them have these faces which are quite similar size, it's gonna be way less visible. But the poles are still visible. Especially if I turn on. Oh, so even moving shrink wrap in the last place, that's how actually my face is. Yeah, works perfectly fine. I'm gonna turn off these ones because they lag. And keep moving forward. Keep moving forward with this puzzle. So by doing this like quick extrusion, I'm definitely not 100% sure that it's gonna be this way. I'm just doing it upwards, and like maybe it's gonna work, maybe it's not gonna work. I might change it. So it's never final. So having this way where you can always hide your main model quick and easy is very useful in Retopology. All right. Maybe I'm gonna add one more. Maybe even more than one. Because my head seems to not be connecting properly if I don't add more. Maybe I made these ones way too far from each other. Oh, by the way, you can have select the edge loop by pressing Alt, holding Alt and pressing mouse button, and you can press double G and slide it. But the only problem having the magnet tool will not let you slide it freely. And now I'll have to fix every of this one. I'm gonna add a new edge loop in here. And finish with the face. So we can add it looks different because there's no normals, but we can do a quick, wait a minute. If it doesn't follow, I mean, it's not really doing the thing. The mirror has to be on top. Now I cannot figure out which one has to be shrink wrap or that one top. I'm gonna have this one zeroed out. Maybe they're actually following pretty close. Okay, and having on surface, it's gonna move it far. X. I moved my mesh too far away. Okay. Okay, this way we create a lot of problems. So yeah, above surface works fine. Yeah, so we're gonna subdivide. We can even do like one with a lot of subdivisions and another one I made a copy, so it's fine to apply. Another one with like no subdivisions, and I'm gonna just bake the map on this one and it's gonna be fine. Okay, so probably the tutorial is way too long already. I'm just gonna quickly show you how I would do the body. Okay, so doing the body, you can cheat a bit. I create new object, but delete it, and now create a circle and choose how many vertices I want. 10 is enough. I'm gonna create a mirror with clipping, turn on vertices. I'm gonna turn off my magnet for now, and I'm gonna fit it with the hand. Go side view, wireframe, and make it as thick as my hand. What I do later is extrude it. And I try to follow the arm shape very quickly by just extruding, then scaling, rotating, extrude, scale, rotate, scale a bit, rotate again, extrude. So I'm fitting in one side, then I go to side view, do the same thing, but don't forget to only scale in y-axis. So I press scale E and scale only y-axis and move only on y-axis as well. Scale E, G, E. I can even rotate a bit, it's fine. G, E, rotate, scale E, G, E. Scale E. And I can add two more in here, one in here, one in here, one in here, one in here. Add a shrink wrap, select the body. I can smooth shade, apply. And we have the hand. Very, very quickly, very, very easily. So yeah, retopologing the whole body would take way too long, probably goes to 5 hours. So I guess I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you don't struggle too much with this. So yeah, good luck on your journey and see you next time. Bye.